Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the new 12-piece Love OPI XOXO collection for holiday 2017. I know a number of you have been eagerly awaiting this review so that you can know what you need and maybe what you already have something similar to, how these are going to perform, and really what this whole collection is about. We have some dark things, we have some light things, some shimmery things, some beautiful creams, and there's just a lot going on in here, and I think a little something for everybody. Pretty typical to the OPI holiday collections. They aren't really very loud or extreme with their colors. They play a lot more with classic nail polish shades. I received these polishes from polishpick.com. On that website you can get each of these bottles for $5.75 a bottle, and I think that from what I have been able to find online, that's still pretty much the best price, or if not equal to the best price online. In store, sometimes at Ulta you can get these for, like buy two, get one free, but I still prefer to save a little bit more money and go to polishpick.com. So I will, as always, link in the description bar below that website for you so you can go check them out. Like I said, there are 12 polishes. I'm going to be giving you live application of each one so you can see both how they go on, and I will give you a swatch photo so that you can see them as a completed manicure. For each of these polishes, I used the OPI plumping top coat, which you can also find at polishpick.com, as well as OPI removers and pads to remove your nail polish, other top coats, lots of goodies there. So each of the polishes will have a nice, delicious plumping top coat on them as well, in case you're wondering, about that finished look. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into these swatches. Going in alphabetical order, we happen to be starting with the Hero shade. Now OPI's Hero shade, I don't know too much about why they call something a hero shade, except for that I hear that it's just the color that they maybe want you to focus on. And for this collection, their hero shade is this beautiful cherry red, and there are two reds in this collection. This is the first, the next is more of an orangey, more jelly kind of formula for their red. So this polish is called Adam Said It's New Year Eve, and so, play on words there, as OPI often does. This isn't going to be any surprise to you that this is a really great formula. It's beautiful in two coats. It goes on easily. I mean, they really have their red game down. If you're wondering about dupes and comparisons, I will have a small portion of the end of the video that will deal with that. For now, we're just going to be looking at the formula and application of this particular polish. I mean, it was gorgeous. It applied so nicely. I do personally, for me, have a lot of things in my collection that makes this polish not necessarily something that I'm searching for currently, but in typical OPI form, it is rather gorgeous and easy to apply. So this is Adam Said It's New Year's Eve. The next polish in the collection, following along in the alphabet, is this dark, it's pretty much a blackened jelly base, but it has a lot of blue and silver shimmer in it. So in the bottle, it looks like a very, very dark blue. This polish is called Coalmates, and this is a very shimmering polish. It's beautiful, but for me, I wasn't extremely overwhelmed by this polish. I did need 3 coats for this polish to bring it to full opacity. Upon having this swatched with the finished product, it is really gorgeous, and I really, really love dark blues for the winter. It's something that looks almost black, but for me this wasn't really a favorite out of the collection because it wasn't that interesting to me, albeit it is very gorgeous. But for the 3 coats, I felt like they maybe could have done something a little bit more interesting in the shimmer. That's just, of course, my personal opinion. As you can see, it swatches nicely in 3 coats because my nails are heavily stained. I did really, really need those 3 coats, possibly even a 4th because of the level of opacity here, but that's what my photo will be as well, is 3 coats plus top coat. This next polish is one of my favorites out of the collection. This is a purple with a beautiful, almost shifty shimmer in there. It's really, really pretty. This one is called Feel the Chemis-tree, so I feel like out of the ones that are going to fly off the shelves, I think this one's going to go very first. It's just one of the most interesting out of the collection, and definitely one of the most strikingly beautiful. And it's purple. I love purple polishes, okay, you guys, I have to admit. This goes on really nicely in 2 coats. This did not disappoint. I felt like this was dazzling on the nail. Definitely a favorite for me. Again, this is Feel the Chemis-tree, like the word tree on the end there. And my photo is 2 coats with the plumping top coat. The next polish out of the collection is this gold. It's a very light, kind of pale, antique-y, almost green gold. This one is called Gift of Gold Never Gets Old. And for me, this was only okay. I loved that it gets nice and opaque in 2 coats. I also loved that if I look really, really close, I can see some very delicate gold shimmer in there. Just as, you know, in comparison to other golds, even from OPI, this shade particularly isn't one that I'm necessarily searching to wear, so I would choose probably a different gold. However, if you're looking for something that does look really different in the realm of golds, I think that you might find something you like here. So this one is Gift of Gold Never Gets Old, and I've shown you 2 coats. My photo is 2 coats with the plumping top coat. The next polish is the one that I've had on my nails in this video, and I've actually worn this a number of times already since I got this collection. And this online, actually on some material that I saw promoting this collection, this says that this is a black, but this is actually a very dark blue. And I think it's stunning. It's called Holidazed Over You, and this is a thinner, kind of more going towards a jelly formula, but it gets completely opaque in 2 coats, which I really, really liked. Yeah, like I mentioned before, I really love dark blues for winter time. It just makes me feel all the feelings. I don't know how else to put it. It just helps me embrace the cold and this the darker season, and it's just a look that I really, really enjoy. So I love how this applied in 2 coats. I love how this looks as a finished manicure, so this is one of my favorites from the collection as well. So this is Holidazed Over You. The next polish in the collection is that kind of orangey red. This polish is called My Wish List Is You. Now I can't really say that I like this one better than the other red because I like them both for different reasons. I almost feel like I can't get enough orange red polishes. I just love them so, so much. They're just really fun. I just love the orangey take on a red. Just a really fun way to spice up my day whenever I put on a shade like this. So I'm really loving this. I also enjoy the jelly formula. I feel like this gets opaque. It's okay at 2 coats, better for me at 3. And even at 3, I could still see a little bit of nail line, but with this kind of shade, that doesn't bother me. So yeah, I did like this one as well. Granted, I do have things in my collection that are just like this, but it is really nice in case you are someone who doesn't have a shade like this. I did really enjoy this. So this is called My Wish List Is You. The next polish in the collection is a silver metallic, and you're gonna think to yourself, why is there just another basic bright silver metallic in this collection? This polish isn't quite so basic. It does have some very fine holographic shimmer in there. It's very, very fine and delicate. Because it's in there, I think that's the reason why this polish is a little bit less opaque than some of their other shimmers. I did do 3 coats for this polish because if you make a polish too opaque, you're not going to be able to see a delicate shimmer. So you kind of have to play with that balance there. The holographic, I have to admit, doesn't pick up a ton, but when you're outside in the sun specifically, as with all holographic polishes, you're going to be able to see that holographic a little bit better, especially if it's a very delicate holographic. So this polish is called Ornament To Be Together, and I did really enjoy this. For me, just with all the indie holographics out there, just personally, this wasn't a must-have for me. That's just from my own experience having tried many holographic nail polishes, but for you, if you've never picked up anything from OPI that has any holographic in it before, you might really enjoy this. Now, granted, it is, you know, a slight holographic, but it's still there. So this is going to be 3 coats with the plumping top coat for my photo, and Ornament To Be Together is the silver metallic. The next polish in the collection is the 3rd red, and I really like this one too. I liked all 3 reds that they put in this collection. Normally I'm like, stop putting reds in collection, but I feel like they did just enough in this one. And this is it's a deeper, more lustry red, and it's very beautiful. This is called Sending You Holiday Hugs, and it has like a very, it's a little bit more delicate of a gold shimmer. I did really like this. It swatches nicely in 2 coats. And again, this one's called Sending You Holiday Hugs, and my photo is 2 coats with plumping top coat. These next 2 polishes in the collection are the kind of pearly, lustry, very light polishes. For me, these aren't personally something that I was looking for in this collection. So for me, these are both a little bit of a pass. However, when you have them on, they do look very beautifully delicate. They still do look very chic. For me, I was looking for something like this. So I can definitely see the appeal of these polishes, but when I was swatching through the collection, they were some of the ones that I just kind of passed over just because they didn't particularly interest me a lot. But of course, we're gonna go ahead and swatch through them just as we are gonna do all of them so that you know how that they're gonna apply. They both go on 3 coats, I feel like are necessary for both of them because they're on the sheerer side. So this first one is a beautiful kind of ivory pearl shade, and it's called Snow Glad I Met You. And this one again has the beautiful kind of bronzy gold shimmer in there. It's very, very light, very delicate, but you can see it if you look closely in the bottle, and I did feel like you could see it on the nail, but you do have to like be looking for it to see it. It doesn't just bounce right out at you. So yes, I'm showing you 3 coats of this one, and like I said, it does look very beautiful if you don't mind the kind of finish that this polish has on it as well. And my photo is going to be 3 coats with top coat. The next polish, like I said, is very similar to the last one. It's pink instead of ivory or cream. This is actually more of a cream color, huh? Not quite ivory because it has a little bit more yellow tones in there. In any case, we're talking about the pink now, and this one is called The Color That Keeps On Giving. And similar to the Snow Glad I Met You cream shade, this has very delicate, very small little pink shimmers in there. So this is again a 3-coater. It does give a very nice, sweet, lustery, almost pearly finish, and it looks nice at 3 coats. I used a plumping top coat with this as with all the rest. So this is The Color That Keeps On Giving. All right, we're down to the last 2 polishes in the collection, and I do really like these ones. This first one I really did end up liking in the end. At first I was a little bit bummed that it was sheer, but then I realized why they made it sheer, and I loved it at 3 coats. So this polish is called Top the Package with a Beau, and Beau is spelled B-E-A-U. And we have another dark shade here, which is right up my alley for this season. And I love this polish because they have tons of gold flakes in here. And that's why the polish is a little bit more thin, because they need to have it thinner so you can see the flakes and it doesn't just look lumpy on your nail. So this, I really could appreciate how sheer it was, whereas the Coalmates polish earlier, I wish that it just had a little bit of extra oomph in it like this polish does. I'm really loving the flakes. In fact, they could have made 2 or 3 more of these kinds of flaky polishes in this collection, and I would have been so, so pleased. I hope they do more of this soon. So I'm just really loving the combination there of that dark black with the gold. I just think it looks stunning. So this is actually probably out of all these polishes is a top 2 for me. I really loved that purple with the gold shimmer, and then this one. So this one really, really grew on me. You need those full 3 coats to make sure it's absolutely opaque, and then it just looks stunning with the top coat. So that's why I'm showing you 3 coats, and the photo is 3 coats as well with the plumping top coat. So this polish is called Top the Package with a Beau, and definitely a top pick. The last polish in the collection is a purple, which makes me intrinsically love this polish. However, there are a lot of things that are very similar to this. This is like a nice, rich, deep, dark purple with plum vibes going on in here. So this is called Wanna Wrap with a question mark on the end, but the wrap is like wrap the presents. And so that's really cute. This is nice at 2 coats. This was actually a little bit thinner than some of their other dark purples. So on the 2nd coat there, I just dipped in, you know, like a half more dip, and then kept on going with that 2nd coat of application, not really giving it dry time in there. So it was kind of like 2.5 coats, and I had this to full opacity. Otherwise, I was still seeing a little bit of streakiness, but I brought it to full opacity at 2.5 coats. I feel like that's the first time I've said that here on my channel, the half coat method. And I thought it was beautiful. Again, I love this because it's purple. Is this a shade that I was really searching for? Not so much, because I feel like OPI has done a number of shades like this, but it doesn't take away the fact that this is stunning. So this is, like I said, 2.5 coats of Wanna Wrap, and my photo has the plumping top coat as well. Alright, so those were all 12 polishes applied. If you are not interested in seeing how these compare to other polishes within OPI's line and from a few other brands, maybe you'll find some other polishes that you like that are similar to these polishes. That's what we're going to do next. If you don't want to hang out for that portion as well, this will be the end of the video for you, and thanks for coming by today. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. We're going to go ahead and move into the Dupes and Comparisons section, so let's go ahead and get into that now. So I want to try a little bit of something different here in the comparison section this time. I'm not actually going to talk about each of these shades. If you want to push pause during each slide and you can write down the names of the ones that you're interested in and things like that. And we're just going to kind of quickly move through things this time. So I put both of the reds here together, as you can see, mostly so you can see how similar they are together, but also because some of the colors that I thought were very similar to My Wishlist Is You were getting similar to the Hero shade, so I thought it would be beneficial to see them side by side. So here are all the reds that I have that are very similar to the two reds in this collection. Here's a few things that are similar to Coalmates. When I got back out No More Mr. Night Sky, I remembered why I didn't love that polish very much. It is so sheer. That swatch right there is 4 to 5 coats. It's incredibly sheer, but it is kind of similar to Coalmates. So anyway, here's a few things for you for that polish. Next up, my favorite of the collection. I really only have one thing that's very close to this, and that's China Glaze Let's Groove. As you can see, it doesn't have the same shimmer and it's not the same base color, but it's around the same kind of idea. So here's that for you. Get out that polish if you have it. It's great. Here's a few golds from OPI. You know, absolutely no dupes here. Totally different formulas and things like that. These are all gorgeous. I am glad that I have each of them. I, of course, have a whole bunch more golds I could show you in comparison, but I just wanted to show you the OPI ones that I had. And I, of course, didn't put any that were too dark or way too light. So here is Holidazed Over You. This is the very dark blue. Here are some other things that are very similar. For some reason, when I'm doing these dupes and comparisons, it has a little bit of a hard time with the really dark colors, but those are all very dark blues. Next up, I'm not going to explain each of these. They're all from OPI. They're all stunning. I'm so glad I have each of them. I feel like they're all very individual and none of them dupes to each other. And if you were just looking for some other silvers to wear, well, these are all really excellent, and the one from this collection is the only one with hollow in that slide. Next up, Sending You Holiday Hugs. It's really, really gorgeous. I was surprised when I got all these swatches out, though, to see how many things I actually had that were quite similar to Sending You Holiday Hugs. So still gorgeous, but not the most original. Wanna Wrap ended up being incredibly dark when it dried. I didn't think it was this dark when I was swatching it, doing the live swatches and doing my photo, because it hadn't dried down, but this is incredibly dark. I wore this for a week and was obsessed with how dark it is. So here's some other really, really dark ones. And this very last slide, I have all 3 of these here that I don't really have anything to show you, and that's because for the bottom 2, I don't tend to either pick up or hold on to polishes that are similar to this kind of formula and shade, and that's why I don't really have anything to show you for those ones. But look how sweet they are. They just look so sweet. So if you were looking for something like that, these are great. Just, you know, you will need to build up the coats. And then the top one, I don't have anything like that, especially not indie. There's something kind of similar from Simple Colors, but definitely not from OPI. So that was why that one was another one of my top picks. I hope you guys liked that I was keeping this a little bit more short and sweet. So yeah, hope that was helpful. All right, and that concludes the dupes and comparisons. So I hope that you found that helpful, you guys. I always like to remind you that I do not have every single OPI polish ever. So it's not possible for me to do every single comparison, but I do the best that I can. The comparison portion of the video is actually the most time consuming because it does take a long time for me to pull everything and, you know, find what I have that I can show you. But I do enjoy doing that part for you because you often ask me, you know, what things look like what. And the comparisons portion is not really specifically to show you, you don't need this polish because you already have this, for example. I oftentimes, when I'm pulling all these polishes, find things that I'm like, oh yeah, I love that polish too. It is very similar, but I love it as well. So I hope that you kind of enjoy those 2 reasons for the dupes and comparisons portions. Maybe it saves you a little bit of money, but also helps you find new polishes to enjoy. So thanks for stopping in today, you guys. Don't forget to check out the link in the website below and head on over to polishpick.com if you have never shopped there before. I think they're a great website. They have tons of OPI products there, and they have really great, easy, fast shipping. So I definitely recommend. I hope you have a good day, you guys. I will see you back for my next video. Take care until then. I'm already feeling like it's the holidays, you guys. I'm so excited. Got my dark blue polish on. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.